Hi everyone, hello. It's Friday. It's time to rank 8-bit Nintendo games. We are here with the 71st episode of this, as we have been ranking these games. If you would like to influence the list, you can join the advisory panel today over at patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann or dopeassvideogames.com. We'll get you there as well. Head on over there and you can sign up and suggest games. And we've been having a wonderful time building this wonderful list of wonderful games. Some of these games have bigger footprints than others, I think, in our minds. And I think for everyone, that's a different, those are going to be different games. But I think lately it's been the Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends that has been really wearing a hole in my mind. It's so bad. And you just look at it and go like, I don't understand. And then, as you work your way up the list, as we get closer to the top here, you have games that kind of stand out for different reasons, obviously. The great games, also some of the surprising games that, that I hadn't seen that turned out to be like really impressive, something like the Lone Ranger, and to a certain extent, Lil Samson. But yeah, some great games up at the top of the list here. We have a variety of games all vying to join the list this week. So why don't we get into it and see what's up? First up, Chris wanted to see this game. And I think I configured it all properly to work. Oh, I gotta, that's the thing I didn't do. I gotta do that. I gotta do that. There we go. This first game from your friends at Konami, it's the Adventures of Bayou Billy. This is a game that I think stands out in a lot of people's minds. It's up to you to rescue Annabelle. Do you have the courage to fight Gordon and his men? These are the questions that modern video games tend to ask. Okay. This is one of those weird games where they were like, what if you played it and what if you could walk around and then also what if we had some gun parts? In my experience over the years, I feel like the answer to that question is you would have a game that is shit. But let's try the Adventures of Bayou Billy.
The Adventures of Bayou Billy.
Great. Oh, well, these are great. This is a great... If you aren't back, you have to come to my estate. You will find that before reaching the estate, there will be many obstacles to overcome. Let's see if you have what it takes to get here. Oh, God! This stage, use the controller. Thank you. And so what we have here is a punch and a kick and both buttons for a jump kick. as a... I feel like right out of the gate, the first encounter is like, why is just fucking die, man? Like, am I just supposed to like stick and move one hit at a time? Because that's not... Like, they respond, they are not stunned for long, so it's like they kind of they get to hitting back pretty quickly here. There we go. No? Ugh. And then 3 of these dudes. Yeah, the like... I feel like just out of the gate, these guys just take so long to kill. Like, and don't have, like, prominent hit reactions. This game is already, like, a dismal failure. Like, right out of the gate, this feels terrible. And like they're walking around, like it feels like they're just walking around seemingly at random. They're not necessarily trying to get to me. They're just like, oh, we're gonna walk around in these weird. Okay, then we're gonna. Then now we'll come get you for a minute. It's like Pac-Man ghosts. They're just like, oh, we're pursuing now, and now we're back to our standard behaviors. Birds. What? Oh, I must be able to swim, huh? Yeah. We brought rocks. Can I do anything with this rock, or is the rock limited to cool guys only? This man just is in stick mode. There we go. Give me fucking something. Even at range, like, it's just... What was that even? Like, yeah. Ugh. At least they have get the stick AI. What a piece of shit this game is. Like, it feels terrible. Every bit of this combat fucking sucks. This time you must fight these guys, whereas last time you could just walk past them. Is that what I'm being led to believe here? That's fun. Like, that's a very quick response with a kick. Like, you don't really have a lot of time, and in some cases it feels like you don't have enough time to dodge out of the way, like to walk away from that. Like, I kick him, he just immediately, like, as I am finishing up the kick animation and I'm able to move again, he is already kicking me. And like the movement feels very muddy. Like it almost feels like there's terrible latency or something happening here. But like the character movement, like the buttons are fine, but the like walking around the character feels awful. Yuck. This is like if when they sat down to make Action 52, instead of making 52 different games, they made one game with variety. But all of that variety is bad. Like, hey, what if we made a gun and you could do the gun stuff and also you could fight? And you're like, oh, that sounds awesome. Cool, what if all of it was garbage? Yeah, awesome. We don't have time to make any of it good. We're just making a lot of it. Like, what if you put in a driving sequence that was, you know, weirdly better than anything else in the game? Like, okay, yeah, sure, let's do that. Trash. And I lose my stick for daring to touch the knife. Ugh. It's the best thing this game has going for it is ugh. I mean, I'm assuming I have to like mix it up in the water with these dipshits. Oh, meat. Is the meat actually there? Nope. That one dropped a stick. And that doesn't seem to be here anymore either. It must just be deep water right there. remember renting this game. Type of game that they invented game rentals for, because could you imagine owning a copy of this and being stuck with it? They just, they gained some extra reach, huh? Just magically. Yeah, I remember renting this game and, not being impressed. Fuck are we doing? Like, all right, one of them's gone. Now to collect my bounty of 1 billion sticks. I did find one. Look at that. Telling me there's more gators right here. Oh. Fucking idiots just standing in the water and just like kicking him in the face a zillion times. Why don't we take this back over to the land? Yeah, but yeah, this game came out at a time when I think, you know, we were renting a game every weekend and bringing it home, and, you know, you win some, you lose some, right? Ugh. This was a you lose some kind. Oh, fuck you. right, yeah. Just run over here, kick me in my stupid fucking face. Seems like if I can time that right, if I can just get these jump kicks going without being interrupted, like the timing on it, I don't like. You can maybe stun lock them a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe those guys were just suckers. This guy's just gonna walk in a square. While I stand here and kick. Like, as soon as he can, just counters with a kick. It's really like a bizarre way to do a game like this. I mean, you know, in the grand scheme of things, this is, you know, I think before maybe some of those genre norms had been established. But regardless of the timing, this is fucking terrible. Like, this is fucking terrible, dude. Like, every attack you have feels underpowered. And since their attacks have roughly the same range as yours, you know, getting in and out isn't always... Like, almost the best scenario here is leave a stick on the ground, because the AI will occasionally go, ooh, I gotta get the stick, instead of immediately counter kicking you. Fun. What a cool game. This game got like this game felt like it got significant coverage in something like Nintendo Power, you know, like the nature of this as like, dude, it also has light gun levels. Like, I think made it stand out in a way that it does not deserve. They figured out a way to get it just ever so slightly closer to shore and give me the business. Yes, and then the driving. Everyone forgets about the driving because no one ever got there. Turn around, dipshit. Billy, turn it in, man. Pack it up, William. Gun just gone, huh? Oh, word? It's a hell of a wetsuit this guy's got. I kicked the vest off him, huh? Die, motherfucker. Drown in the sand. Was game B just harder, or what do we...
The Adventures of Bayou Billy.
Yeah. I love the idea that they put a game B in this. They're like, no, dude, what if... yeah, we probably need a harder mode where they're just... we just make the enemies just ever slightly more aggressive. Or whatever. Is that what it's doing here? Or is game B like the... hey, I don't have a light gun mode? Yeah. Street fighting game. Action driving game. I love these guys running around with like their snake style hands. Like here, you know. What'd we say? Was that just last week we were talking about fucking terrible Operation Wolf style light gun games? See how that feels. Not better. It's interesting that they keep track of bullets like that, but really what they're tracking is misses, because if I hit, it does not cost me a bullet. Just like real life. Extra bullets. So we've got a gun button and a grenade button here. Gotta be a pretty good... I'll give it to Bayou Billy. He's pretty good at throwing grenades at airplanes. He's good at timing that shit. Oh. Ha!
The Adventures of Bayou Billy.
This is fucking terrible to play. They made this stuff feel about as bad as it could feel, while still being a game from a major publisher, you know what I mean? Like, it's not unlicensed game bad. seems like a game that, you know, people who had Game Genies probably had a better time with it because they didn't have to give a shit about any of this stuff. This is fucking terrible. Oh, good. Fuck was that? Saying rentals were very much a thing when this game, like, yeah, I don't know what weird part of the world you lived in, but yes, you could rent video games. Come on. Dude, come on. Ah! Maybe these are ones I don't have to beat, maybe if I just keep going. Oh, let me live. Billy, don't worry. This game will continue to suck. No. Billy, did you have this gun and all these bullets this entire time? Just what the hell? Oh, it's not the end, huh? Cool. What happens when I run out of bullets? It would appear that I get 100 more bullets. These guys are mowing me down. I've done any fucking damage to this stupid fucking helicopter? Fuck this game. What a piece of shit. I shot. Oh, okay. I'm finished. I was finished a long time ago, dude. Just trying to do a little due diligence here. Back to the same music, huh? Oh, we're mixing up the enemies in whole new ways here. It's a brand new game. It's so dumb that the knife just hits him and drops. What the fuck are we doing? We'll give you less room on the shore to do the thing you did in the last level. How about that? It's fun. At least this is okay. So yeah, at least it starts you at level 3. Generous with the continues, I suppose. Fuck this game. Jesus. It's a bad one. It's a real bad one. I remember not thinking highly of it when it came out, and that it was kind of like, hey, you know, like I said, it was a game that got talked about a lot. I think because it, you know, they advertised it a lot, and it had this kind of gimmick of hey, you can also use the gun on some of the levels, and so I want to say it just felt like it was something that was in Nintendo Power all the time. It's terrible. It's a terrible game. It feels awful. As a belt scroller, it is bottom tier in terms of just the mechanics of it. And it's not a good light gun game. It's like, so, you know, remember when Die Hard Trilogy came out for the PlayStation and it was 3 games in 1, and you're like, yeah, it is 3 games in 1, and you know, but one of those games. I mean, it was like a decent light gun game. So like, what was that? Die Hard 2 was pretty good, and then Die Hard 1 and 3 were like, this is not a good driving game. This is not a good this. But that was worlds better at doing that than this. Here we have bad driving, actually the same 3 parts that Die Hard trilogy had. Bad driving, a terrible, terrible beat 'em up, and a below average light gun game. Just a real bummer. So, is this is it better than Contra? No. It's no Tecmo World Wrestling. Certainly worse than Panic Restaurant. It's funny because I think Bayou Billy like holds this position, like maybe not necessarily right next to a game like Contra, but like I think in people's minds, Bayou Billy holds like some sway that it very much does not deserve. Because it is a bad video game inside and out. The part where the music has like cool Konami drums and some of that other stuff only serves to make the game more disappointing, because you're like, man, this was, it's got some decent music, but boy, it sucks across the board. It's just a lot of the even just the animation and a lot of the other stuff it has going for it, I just think looks fucking terrible. Especially in the light gun portion where you've just got these like more blocky looking guys that don't really animate as much and just kind of it's really rotten. It's a really rotten video game. It's no Cowboy Kid. It's no elevator action. It's no NES play action football. You'd be better served with a copy of Jaws. It's absolutely worse than Dino Wars' destruction of Spondylus. It's no Toxic Crusaders. You'd be better off with a copy of Zen Intergalactic Ninja. The Ultimate Stuntman is a better game, and it has some similarly blocky guy, like wide dudes. Hudson's Adventure Island is a better game. 1942 is a better game. Renegade is a better game. Freedom Force is a better game. Pinball Quest is a better game. Roller Games is a better game. But this is starting to feel about right. Friday the 13th is a better game. Is it better or worse than Time Lord? Time Lord has better combat. Like, Time Lord's a bad game, but it still feels better than Bayou Billy. Even with its insane hidden orbs, Time Lord is still a better game. Mystery Quest is a better game. But it's not worse than Bart versus the Space Mutants. It's better than Sesame Street 1, 2, 3. Is The Adventures of Bayou Billy better or worse than Wally Bear and the No Gang? Wally Bear and the No Gang is not a good game, but it's, you know, there's something... I don't know. It feels like a proper video game. I don't know, man. Bayou Billy just feels fucking terrible. Wally Bear and the No Gang has some pretty bad feeling gameplay stuff too. It's not like it plays well or, you know, anything like that. All right, Bayou Billy is better than Wally Bear and the No Gang. And it's better than Sesame Street ABC, but it's no Mystery Quest. It's our new number 375. Congratulations to Billy and whatever the hell the names of any of the other characters in that game is. Is it Adventures or Adventure? It's Adventures. Garbage game. Number a billion in our hearts, number 375 on our scientific list. It's The Adventures of Bayou Billy. Rot chair. Okay. Let's move on. Feeling safe in the knowledge that we'll never have to return to that game. Davis wanted to see this one. Let's see what this thing's all about. It's from your friends at Asmic. It's Wurm! Journey to the Center of the Earth. I like that they put their dude right on the title screen. This is a good little title screen jam here. All right. Non-Malta. Oh, it doesn't show us the... Okay. I thought it was going to show us that little intro sequence when we started the game, but I guess let's wait through it. You've heard of Malta, but forget it, man. This is not that. Ah! We must have slipped through the G point. The G point's a myth. Into the underworld. Jesus. Miles underground. Meanwhile, near the ladder. You want to join the 50 Miles Underground Club? Okay. Non-Malta. Okay, so if I hold down A, I can change that toggle up top between drill and change. And I cannot face backwards. Like when you move back to the left, you still face this way. And I can't like jump out of the way of those shots either, which that... power up the drill to get through that. Ah! So when I'm in change mode, if I hold down A and push up, I will take off. And A and down lands. But if I try to touch the ground while I'm in hover mode, it destroys my shield. But the shield recharges pretty fast, so that's not... What a fucking weird game. I assume doing this is what's burning up fuel. Impossible to use. It's an earthquake. Meanwhile... Wait, Dan! I've got something on the radar. Oh, 7231952E? Shit. Great screen right here. This appears to be in a cave. No shit! We're in a cave too. Push B. Possibility 0%. No, then we better talk to it. Wow. Increase possibility factor to 100%. Okay. I'm with you, man. Let's blow him away. Oh. It's like bad underground Golgo 13 shooting. Oh, hi. Do I have to sit here and talk to these guys to bring my possibility points up? Oh. Is that his life that's going down or mine? That's my question. This is janky. Like the side-scrolling part of this game is like neat. and different and clunky in a few ways, but like interesting. This is just weird. I like the idea, you know, hey, like talking to the crew and figuring that stuff out, but like it's that stuff's a little weird. Not as slick as it could be, I guess. I can't believe there are monsters down here. Gotta be some, yeah. I'll check it out. Are you leaving the ship? Maybe don't. Blue crystal. Oh, jeez. This is terrible. This has an unlicensed quality to it. Oh, okay, yeah, the gun doesn't shoot that low, so watch out for cats. Watch out for the underground cats, it's bad. Do I fall down here? Is this a warp zone? Oh, we can walk back. Okay. Almost out of arms. It's the Lost via VZR too. The VZR 2 has been taken by the underworlders. The gate should open with this key. You mean your friend? No, I mean the other Ziggy. Look out for Zolda. What is even happening, dude? So now would I go back? Nope. I am out of arms. That's fun. Look at this sprite. Look at this lady. Look at her walking. Look at this. I think she'll still try to shoot the gun. If you interfere with the non-Malta Empire, you won't leave this place alive. You put me into a boss fight with no gun left. If you push up, she will kick. Good to know. Oh, hello. G13 robot. Power line's cut. Is this the sort of game that plays slightly better in Japanese because the translation is bad? Because some of that stuff's a little rough. We can use the parts from the Visor 2 to bring the Visor 5 to fly. Hydrosonic standby. Oh, did I make it back to the ship? Yes, the battle is just beginning. This is great. Sign a crystal. Okay. That was not just different colored ground. Cool, man. That took a lot of shield. The basic ideas on display here are interesting. But also, I'm just about out of fuel. Oh no. Monthole Lake. We must fly from here. Well, we don't have enough fuel for that, so... Oh. This doesn't feel good. Very, like, yeah, like, just not, I don't know. There's inertia on the ship that's on the movement that doesn't feel great. We've got to drill. Interesting, like, the idea of a game with a recharging shield in this day and age, when this came out, before that was a more common thing, is like fascinating. But that's not enough to necessarily save this. Yeah, this is interesting, I guess I would say. Every single one of these cutscenes being something shaking is getting a little old, though. Touchdown. Current location is 112. You want to join the 112 miles underground club? Looks like looks like trinitrite. One two one 6292E. What does G13 have to say? Find his weak point. Find his fracture point. You guys suck. Have you tried using the hydrosonic? His whole body is made of ore. Ah, big foot! Look, that's, you know, they tried to do some stuff. You know, you gotta... Ah! It says fire when the foot appears. I wonder if I'm supposed to try to shoot the foot away. Minus 5%. What? The center of his body is his head. Well, if the center is his head, then the navel must be here. I can't get my cursor over there in time. Like, it says fire when the body parts appear, but maybe if I stay put? No? Also, that doesn't do jack shit. Oh, my possibility went up. I don't know. We got stepped on. Ooh, that suspiciously looks like the same password we had when we started this level. Okay, alright. Let's try this one more time. I don't think I can shoot these rocks. Well, it says fire, but I don't feel like I can shoot those rocks. I don't feel like that's actually... I don't feel like anything I can do in this phase is actually doing anything. I just kind of maybe need to dodge stuff. But possibility went up, so I don't know, maybe... Yeah, possibility goes up when I shoot stuff. Maybe, yeah, I always talk and then it starts the fight. I always want to exhaust every option and then I never get to use. So, should I use the electro Gatling gun then? That's what I was using before. Yeah, that's not raising my possibility like it did last time. Like, I feel like I went from 65 to 90 by shooting his foot last time, so I think we're pretty much just dead. Alright, well this is interesting. I don't know, like it's again, like it's another game trying to do a lot. I mean, it's certainly better than Bayou Billy. Alright, we made it back to this part, so maybe if we try the Hydrosonic this time. Alright, we made it to 100%. How do I just fight? I was just gonna say this place was worse than Persidor. I'll check it out. Red crystal? Right, don't shoot. Kick seems like it might not be very good. A stone tablet. Carved symbols. Strange. I appreciate what this game is trying to do. I just don't think it's doing any of its parts exceptionally well. I don't have the key. I mean, yeah, this is just... Okay, so... And whatever, I'm almost dead. Yeah, this is... Good. So, that's interesting. I like I said, I just don't think that any part of it is exceptionally good, or rather, I don't think any part of it is good. And so it's a neat idea. I think, like, if we want to compare it directly to something like a Bayou Billy, which is also trying to kind of present multiple games in one a little bit, or different perspectives and what have you, I think this is much more successful than that. But at the same time, just every part of it is just a little off. Every part of it feels a little bad. Like, I really like what they're going for in the boss fights. The idea of like, oh, we got to talk to the crew and figure out a solution. Like, that's a cool non-combat kind of part of a game that, other than that is just all kind of shooting. And so I really like that they're doing that, because that's simulating the kind of anime reference point that they're kind of having there, is like, the crew would talk to each other and go, stupid computer, work faster. And so I really like that part about it. But then you've got this top-down shooter with the drill, and you've got the side-scrolling shooter with the drill. And the drilling is a neat idea. At least it kind of feels okay in the side-scrolling portion. But then the flying part of it doesn't feel right at all. Like, the movement doesn't feel good in any part of that. You've got the out of the ship, like, on foot sequences that just feel terrible and are more like a maze. Which is neat. It's just not good. And so that's the part that the part that's dragging it down is the part where the game is bad. Other than that, it's great. Where's that go on our list? It's certainly better than the Adventures of Bayou Billy. It's better than Bart versus the World. It is not as good as roller games. It is better than Target Renegade. All right, well, let's start with it's better than Target Renegade. That I can get behind 100%. But let's think our way through this. It's better than Gilligan's Island. It's better than Silver Surfer. So it's better than roller games. Is it better than American Gladiators? Yeah, it is. It's better than Defenders of Dynatron City. certainly better than Toki. It's better than Hattress. It's better than Stanley the Search for Dr. Livingston. Is it better than Home Alone, though? Home Alone's ambition is really interesting as well. This is just a more successful and more varied game than Home Alone. But like, yeah. It's not much higher than this. It's better than Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's better than Ghoul School and B-52. It's better than Godzilla. It's better than Supercars. It's no Akari Warriors 2 Victory Road. It's our new number 306. Congratulations to Wurm. Journey to the center of the earth, right? Is that the full? Oh, with an exclamation point on the end of earth even. Huh, okay. Okay. All right. Thanks to Davis for that one. Next up, Chili Bus and Shiny ganged up to suggest this thing, man. I don't know what this is, but just the name of it is enough to. This is a licensed game. This must be one of those late. Yeah, it's just This is a game called The Mutant Virus: Crisis in a Computer World. From your friends at American Softworks and Rocket Science. Okay, so we're playing the game of life over here. I get it. Okay. Is that representing the virus? This is a real crisis in the computer. The CPI complex, always busy, always in control. The heart of Earth's artificial intelligence system. This is just ripped from the headlines. But suddenly, a problem. A very big problem. That seems bad. Master Debugger Ronald W. Trainer. I'm on vacation. It's like Vanessa Zed Schneider over here. We have a computer virus infection, and it's a killer. Who's behind this, sir? Locked out of the 5 major sections. Can't dump the program and reload. Sure. Look here, hair helmet, get in there. I've got a robot spider attached to my head. You gotta go in there. When you fire at the virus, it will change color. When all the cells have been neutralized, the virus in that sector will self-destruct. Good to know. After miniaturization is complete, you'll be inserted at the comm level. How did I get myself into this? So we're getting shrunk down and loaded into a sick computer system. This game somehow seems louder than the other games. That might help you out. I don't know. Okay, so we kind of have like asteroids, an asteroid style of control here. What am I... I mean, let's shoot all the parts that are moving. I mean, we've locked these, you know, like the game of life is a simulation with very set rules for when the cells grow and everything else. Ah! Oh, okay. Why did that one go differently than the other one? I guess I could go that way, but let's go all over here, I guess? Starting to lose energy here. Maybe if I stay in the area that I've converted to my color, that'll be a way to stop that from happening. This game is almost interesting. There's kind of so much of it happening all the time that you never really get to stop and think about the way the virus spreads. Like the game of life aspect of it feels very underdeveloped. Like, even the map is not super easy to read. I should probably stay out. Yeah, I'm coming too hot. Well, now what happens if I go back in there? I didn't actually mean to. Okay. Okay. Why did that happen that time and not the... Best not to ask too many questions. Did this loop around? Am I... Because I thought I came from that area down below. But there was, like, that very first sector I guess I didn't clear. Like, I'm staring at this map and just going, like, I don't know what this is actually... Like, the map is not super clear. But that first area I didn't clear out, so I wonder if I need to go back this way and go back to that area. Oh, so like my range matters here too, because it's wherever the particles explode are where I'm changing color on the ground, it looks like. And so, you know, that's real easy when you're shooting up against a wall like this, but less easy. Jesus, all right. And so, you know, in this situation, like, I'm not in any immediate danger because none of the active bad guy particles are moving. You know, the game of life has rules about it that, you know, where the cells move and when they grow and when they don't. And so this is adhering to that. And so these patterns that they're in, they will stay in forever. They will never grow. And so they're not going to move in my direction ever. So I guess I just need to go around and, like, shoot the appropriate range to cover the ground under them? Like, this is a fucking pain in the ass. This isn't... It's like I'm not affecting the particles at all, you know? Like, I thought that the way they were talking about it, I thought maybe I would be adding cells that would then determine if it was growing or not. Like, I would have to play the game of life as a guy shooting additional cells into the system. And that's not what this is. This just feels fucking mindless. Like, the level of control I have over this is not interesting. Come on. I'm aiming right at that stupid tile. Like, alright, let me try and line myself up with it so I can... There. What the... Alright, we need to get this one. I'm guessing. I'm still, like, guessing. Like, I assume... Too close. Gotta turn around, get further away. No, that's right there. That's right there. Why isn't that doing it? There. Fuck. Now we got these two over here, and that should be it, right? Prepare for extraction. Don't get cocky, Ron! Self-defense mechanism, okay. Stronger strain. Okay. Oh my. Now this is compelling. I guess the best policy is to get the fuck over here before this stuff spreads any further, huh? Ah. What is this up here? See, you drift too far. So you're trying to shoot the fucking walls because that's the fastest way to turn colors. And if you have active virus with your color under it, it will sort of spread around. Oh, I got smoked. And again, like, there's something about, like, the idea of, like, oh, we want to use the rules of the game of life to have, like, a virus versus virus showdown, and if you can, like, but that's probably a puzzle game. That's probably not whatever the fuck this is. I like the attempt, but this game's not good. Went out there too fast. Yeah, you don't have like the level of control you have, like the kind of asteroid style thrust system doesn't feel great for this. Ah. No. That's more just annoying than anything else. Okay, here's this fucking thing that bounces around and sucks. And because of the way that they have the rules of the simulation interact with, like, what wins a fight, like, that part's not intensely clear either. Like, what makes my color lose or win. Damn it. It just feels like you kind of just have to shoot the whole time and hope for the best, because, you know, like you see I'm taking over these pieces, but then whatever rules the simulation has about how pieces are like gain and lose control are stepping in and making me lose those spots. And again, like if the stuff, it's almost be better as a turn-based, you know, like some kind of more tactical approach where you could see the rules of the simulation and whatever else. But like this just seems, you know, random's not the word, but it feels like you don't have the level of control over the simulation that you seem like you should have. And so I'm just kind of like painting my way out here little by little. And depending on what cells are in the area I'm taking over, like I'm going to blow up again. Then that's, I'm either gaining or losing. And it doesn't necessarily feel like a... It doesn't feel like it's more than a concept. It feels like an interesting concept that is not, this is not a good game. Okay. We've gained a foothold over that area, I think. Oops. And so I'm just like shooting these areas, and then they're immediately taking them back on the next frame of the simulation. And then I'm shooting them again. And so we're just like trading these same pieces over and over again until like I hit it on the right frame and get to keep it because of the way that the simulation panned out. Like there's no... It doesn't seem like a game that you could play with the logic that would make this make sense. Or make this like a game, I guess, is actually the... And now here on level 2 where you've got like the thing bouncing around fucking you over, like that's even less fun. If I could shoot that thing and make it go away, that might be something to do. But it looks like it just sort of... Yeah. You kind of can't. That's the Mutant Virus, Crisis in a Computer World. A licensed video game. Nintendo saw that and said, oh yeah. Yeah, this looks like science, man. I love it. But speaking as a scientist. No, man. No. Again, there's something... this is... I think, like, if you sat down with this as an idea and said, okay, we want to take the game of life, we want to try to do that, like, you could... You could do better. You could do better than this. Would this ever be a good game? I don't know. I don't know about that. competitive, the game of life. It's like bad Othello. It's like it's Othello, except you don't get to make the moves or something. It's yeah, just there's something conceptually about that you're like, I don't think that this is gonna. I don't think that this is gonna come together into something that is actually like entertaining. But like there's an idea there. I'll give it that. Like they almost have something. And, you know, there would be aspects of the controls, like if you made this game again with analog controls and had better control of your aiming and even just like the distance your shots went or something. Like if you could let off the button and make them blow up early to color in certain square, you know, like some aspect of that, you know, maybe that would... Well, that would make it better. But would it make it good? Probably not. But you could make this better, at least. Man, that okay. All right, let's start with like a known, like we can say, I think definitively that game is not as good as Clue Clue Land. It's hard to quantify this thing because it is such a it feels like it's more concept than actual final product, but apparently that game shipped. Apparently that's a real video game. You know what? I didn't copy the list over after the last... After putting Wurm on the list at 306. So this is... Technically, Wurm is right here. It's worse than Stanley the Search for Dr. Livingston. It's worse than Pinball Quest. It is worse than Toki. It's worse than Castellian. Is it better or worse than Bible Buffet? Like Bible Buffet is like barely a game. Or, you know, I mean, it's a trivia game, but like the video game part of Bible Buffet is really... It's worse than Bible Buffet. It's worse than this Port of Tubin. Deadly Towers is a better game. A Nightmare on Elm Street is a better game. Wally Bear and the No Gang is a better game. This game is a lot like Orb 3D. But Orb 3D is a better game. This is better than Major League Baseball, though. Okay. This is better than Major League Baseball. It's not as good as Quattro Adventure. It's better than Bigfoot. It's not as good as this Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, the Ubisoft one. So it goes above Bigfoot. The Mutant Virus Crisis in a Computer World. Ugh. And that's our new number 397. I'll copy the list over. Nope, that didn't copy. Nope, that didn't copy. Come on now. Stupid thing. Just when you think you figured out a foolproof plan to get Notion to paste the list into Notepad seamlessly every single time. Foiled. Okay, there it is. 397. The Mutant Virus, Crisis in a Computer World. Wow. The only word is wow. All right. Next game. Adam wanted to see this one. This is a version of a hot video game. This is a less hot version of a hot video game that we can't stream here on the above ground internet. But they are the same game. One with nudity, one without. And so we have Mermaids of Atlantis, the riddle of the magic bubble. This is the cleaned up version of Bubble Bath Babes, which has some boobs in it. Here at the bottom of the screen. Stacked. Oh, so it just keeps those bubbles there, huh? Okay, the bubbles don't fall to fill the... This is... The buttons on this are a disaster. What am I doing? Like, the way it... Like the way it the way it is rotating things, it just feels almost arbitrary. But there is some kind of logic to it, but it's just Ugh. So that's a bad move to do because it creates all those extra... Yeah, that ends up sucking because of... Oh, this is... Ah! End. So it's like, you know, it's a backwards puzzle bobble, but like also... And so it's what you're doing is you sort of have like a horizontal flip and a vertical flip, I think is what the buttons are. Oh, and it created that, and then that stayed there even after the bubbles. That's fucking gross. Got that M. Ugh. I hate this. So that's like a terrible move because it doesn't conclude the pieces that are part of your existing piece don't drop to fill holes. They just fucking stick. And so you're just fucked. Ugh. And so, so that doesn't make a combo because it... Oh, this is... I'm so mad. I'm so mad at this game. For the rules they have chosen. I mean, let's try 2 and 3. Let's try stacked. Yeah, I figured. So yeah, I mean the other version of this game gets you a little bit of nudity, and I'll say as someone who checked that out for science, good. Once upon a time in a hidden liquid world deep beneath the sea, there was the magic city of Atlantis, where the legendary half-fish, half-human mer-people lived. Anyway, I think that much like a lot of video game nudity from this era and before, it's not what you're looking for. Oh, that's so fucked. I hate this. I hate the way that they have, like, the way that their rules work around these bubbles and how they fall is just makes this a terrible experience. Like, this could be a totally okay game, you know, like, this could be an absolutely acceptable, you know, kind of lower tier puzzle game, you know? Like, you're never gonna play this over columns, but hey. You could do a lot worse. And so in terms of like games that you might play because they have nudity in them, like, you know, it's not even that doesn't, that's not a very good aspect of the game either. And so this nudity free version of it that was also released under a different name, and a different publisher name, there's just not really a discernible difference between them. And so they both end up on the same spot on the list is what I'm saying. So I, you know, I'll say this about it. As far as unlicensed games go, this one is like relatively flicker free and like runs like a video game and has a soundtrack and stuff, like, you know, there's a production to this that a lot of other licensed games don't have, which is funny, you know, to a certain degree. But it's no good. And the buttons for rotation feel weird. Like I said, it feels like you have, it almost feels like you have one that is flipping it horizontally and one that's vertically, but it kind of does it in place. And so you hit a button. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's something that if you really spent the time, this would be something that you would get past. But there's just something about the way the pieces flip but don't move on the screen. It just makes it really hard to figure out, like, to track what's going to happen when you push either one of those buttons. Like, that's maybe it's one of its biggest issues. And it's just not very good, you know? Like, there could be greater combo potential without the bubble stuff, or if the bubbles had a rule that made them pop, if you were bursting a set of bubbles near some clear bubbles, if those would pop, you know, in a puzzle fighter-esque fashion, or a Puyo-like fashion, I suppose. Like, that would probably improve the game and just make it a little, you know, just give it a little extra juice, a little something else happening, a little more kind of easy combo potential. Instead, it just feels like, hey, these pieces are falling and like the well is not wide enough for you to fuck up more than a couple of times, because of the different shapes and bullshit of the, that they're throwing at you. And so it's just not a very good puzzle game. At the end of the day, they sat down and tried to make themselves a puzzle game and didn't do an especially good job of it. So where does that go on our list? Not high. It's no Cubert. Bible Buffet is a better game. Even if the subject matter of this one is better. You'd be better off with Wall Street Kid in this case, which is a really messed up thing to say about a video game, but here we are. Bart versus the Space Mutants is a better game here. Well, Bubble Bath Babes is not broken. But Chiller is a better game. To the Earth is a better game. Beetlejuice is a better game. It's better than Silent Assault. It's not as good as Where's Waldo. And Swamp Thing's a better game. It's our new number 408. What is the clean version of this called? As Clean as They Want to Be. Okay. Mermaids of Atlantis. The Riddle of the Magic Bubble / Bubble Bath Babes. That's our new number 408. And that's now the new longest title, so I have to extend this window out even further. And I'll be back in a moment. I have to go solve a technical issue happening in the living room, apparently. I'll be right back. We'll try to get one more game in if we can. Problem solved, I think. Like the TV wasn't working out there, and then I went out there and it was just working. So I don't know. Okay, Chewy wanted to see this next one. This is another game that I just had not heard of, just from your friends at Romstar, who I primarily think of as like they were licensing Capcom's games for release in the US in US arcades. But apparently by 1990 they were bringing over games like Thunder and Lightning. This is sick already. All right, we got a tiny man. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, God. This is, let's call it cacophonous. Also, let's call these balls extremely small and maybe a little difficult to keep track of on the screen. A lot of these style games, a lot of these breakout style games, when they bring them to platforms that do not have any analog control, they'll put a button in that speeds it up, and sure enough, when you hit B, when you hold down B, he moves faster. I love the drums, but all of the audio in this is just kind of a mess. Like it's a slurry, a slurm, big, long. Oh, but you can't be big and long. Gotta choose one. I should have girth maxed. I got a little guy on my thing and it makes it move slow. The best power-up you can get in any of these games is the one that lets you fucking shoot. You're like, oh, you mean I don't have to, like, carefully aim at these blocks? I can just shoot guns at them and go to the next level? This is great. I love these drum samples. Also, it's too much. It's just too much. Ah! Great. And so when they put out Arkanoid, they actually put out an analog controller with it, which is neat. Oh, Big does breakthroughs, huh? Okay. And yeah, but like this just has all the same power-ups that all of these games always have. Like, hey, what if you could stick the balls to the paddle? Hey, what if you could shoot? What if you could do this? Like, this is an Arkanoid-ass Arkanoid game. With like, the enemy stuff is different. Getting swallowed by these things is a little different. The visibility on the ball is really terrible. That is a serious downfall of this game. Tiny balls, way too hard to see. Against some of these busy backgrounds. It's very easy to lose the balls in the action, and that sucks. And also, playing these games on a digital controller is just not that much fun. Having to negotiate the distance and then have a button like this. This is better than some other ones. Some other games that have tried to do this type of control scheme have done it worse. So I'll give it that. But it doesn't feel good. Ah, you fuckface. This music is beginning to make me crazy. Come on. I don't want to do this. Just let me hit these last two. Just hit them. Oh my god. Oh man, turtles. Fuck these turtles. hit the B button there. You know, the physics in this feel fine. You know, you could do a lot worse than this. I think a lot of developers over the years have made some pretty terrible Arkanoid clones. For a lot of different platforms. And there have been some rough ports of Arkanoid out there, too. No more turtles. Let me get this last fucking piece. Oh, do I have to get all the turtles too? What the fuck? Please, no. Fuck you. Fuck you. Yes, gun. The gun is good. I've turned the corner on the music and I completely hate it now. If they had more tracks in this from the get-go, instead of giving you the same song for the first 4 levels here. No. Nah. This game's okay. I don't, you know, it's... the drums are just so intense. Like, I would say that I appreciate them, but actually also sitting here playing the game, I'm finding them to be completely unbearable. Yeah, let me get a big... Yeah, you know, I don't know. The levels are not. Yeah, they made a fucking Arkanoid clone, and it's okay. There's not much else to say about it, other than that I'm excited to go big in a level like this. Just let me rip through this stuff. I guess I don't really need big anymore. But I don't really care about long either, so. Yeah. Pissed that bird off. Now it's going nuts. Oh, yeah. We have clouds up here that hide the balls. That's fun, too, right? Right? I like the idea of the bird helping me out because I don't want to do this. But that's neat. I don't know. That's a neat twist. That's a neat idea of having Angry Bird. Never before have we seen such angry birds, and we will never see them that angry ever again. Sad, really. I think video games would have benefited from some Angry Birds, but what are you gonna do? $19.90. Just a lot of weird 90s games. Most of which, I mean, in fact, all of, let's see here. Bayou Billy I'd heard of. Wurm, I think I'd seen the name before. Mutant Virus, nope. Mermaids of Atlantis, of course, is infamous. Thunder and Lightning, this was my first time hearing of that as well. So I like that. That is kind of my favorite thing we're doing, is when I just get to see a bunch of NES games that I had no idea about before. There's so many, which you'd think you'd know them all. Because it's the NES. It's been around forever. You're like, yeah, the Mario, the Zelda, the Trojan, the important, the holy trinity of 8-bit Nintendo games. But yeah, as you dig through it, you realize just how many more they made late in the system's life cycle. You're like, oh, it's like, it's like some of the more recent. It's like, wait a minute, they made FIFA on the PlayStation 2 in 2023. They did not, but it feels like that. It's like EA made FIFA games for some of those platforms for a lot of years, changing almost nothing about them as they went. Good on them, I guess. I don't know. Thunder and Lightning. It's not a bad game. The music is a little maddening. It's a pretty generic thing overall. But it's certainly better than Tubin. It's obviously better than Mappy Land. I mean, let's not be crazy. It's better than B-52. It's better than the Three Stooges. It's better than Adventure Island 1. It is better than Puzznick. It's better than Duck Hunt. It's it's better than pinball. It's better than The Legend of Kage, but like this is feeling like our territory here. It's better than Pinbot. It's better than Pinbot, but it's no Jaws. It's not as good as Karate Champ. It's better than James Bond Jr. Tennis is a better game. It's not better than Dino Wars Destruction of Sponulaus? It's no Spelunker. It's no Popeye. It's not as good as Town and Country Surf Design's Wood and Water Rage. Is it better or worse than Milan's Secret Castle? Milone's Secret Castle. It's worse. It's worse, but it's better than Ivan Iron Man Stewart's Super Off-Road. It's our new number 209. Thunder and Lightning. Thunder and Lightning. You think you know a console. But yeah, that's, they did as good a job as you could control-wise. Because I think a lot of games, a lot of those type of block breakers, when you do put them on digital controllers, like they feel terrible. And the buttons to speed up or slow down the movement end up making it feel worse. They actually did a good job of making that aspect of the game feel fine. And so you still feel like you're in control of it, which is nice. That's not the easiest thing in the world to pull off, considering how many games over the years have done it poorly. But that's kind of thin. It's faint praise, I suppose. It's a totally fine Arkanoid-like. It's no Shatter. It's no I don't know what. It's no Brick Out for the Commodore 64. What was that game called? Is it Brick Out? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Anyway. There's a C64 game that is a very good Arkanoid-like as well. Crackout. That's what yes, Crackout. Crackout, of course. Thank you. That's a hell of a game. Good music. And here we have Thunder and Lightning at 209. Solid for what it is. The drums are maddening, and more music variety would have made that game, I think, a little bit easier to just engage with for a longer period of time. But that's one of the few cases. Audio. I like. I like weird noise in video games. I like my noises to be harsh and sometimes wild. But there's something about the way Thunder and Lightning came together between the in-game audio and the music that I just found almost overwhelming. It's just hard to handle for a long period of time. But there you have it. Thunder and Lightning number 209. Thanks to Chewy for suggesting that one. We have one game left on the list for next week. We will start there with The Blue Marlin. Hooray! Hooray! So we'll check out The Blue Marlin next week. Glad to have gotten Bayou Billy crossed off. That was something that I believe Chris and a couple of people were asking for it pretty frequently. And I've been ducking it for a while because I'm like, oh man. All right. Let's make sure the controller and the light gun work at the same time, and then we'll get in here and play that fucking train wreck of a video game. So there you go. It's on the list, and we'll never have to think about it ever again. You go to 8bitnintendo.science if you want to see the list in its entirety. And you can see the remaining games as well. You can join the Patreon if you want to suggest one of those remaining games. And we'll get to all of them. Patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann or dopeassvideogames.com. I should register some more domains. And we'll be back next week with more of this. I'll be back on Tuesday with the podcast, of course, and Friday with more of this. And, much to discuss next week with the Virtua Fighter open beta and the Game Awards and all the stuff that's happened since the last podcast. So that'll be a good one. Come on through, and I'll see you then.